First video.
Well, first official
Yeah.
video. Hi, I'm Michelle.
I'm Landon.
And we will be drifting doctors. We are both coming to the end of our PhD programs. I have been in grad school since spring of 2015, doing my master's and PhD in science education.
And I've been since, I guess, fall of 2016.
16?
15?
15.
Fall of 2015, I've been in grad school, and I came straight out of undergrad at NC State.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's an electrical engineer.
Oh yeah, that.
Don't mind him. So we have both found the PhD process to be the most suffocating thing that we have experienced in our lives. And so we've been looking forward to finding a way to reconnect and just learn to enjoy and love life again. And so far it's been, we escape into the woods anytime that we can, like any weekend we can get a chance, we run away.
Yep. Yeah, ever since at the end of undergrad, I got to build an electric vehicle as my conversion. I converted a 1999 Porsche Carrera 911 to an electric vehicle as my design project. And I was like, man, this isn't too hard. I should take a van, convert it to being all electric, and then travel the perimeter of North and South America. Basically do a lap of the Americas and get it funded by selling data or giving data to companies that'd be interested in collecting electric vehicle data and charging stations and charge profiles and stuff like that. And then I grew up and realized that you can't even drive from North America to South America. There's not nearly enough infrastructure in place to do that on all electric yet, and
We can't afford it.
definitely can't afford it. So the plan evolved. Yeah.
So we are, as of today, 2 weeks into this process of getting our van.
2 weeks already?
2 weeks ago today is when we left for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And spent 48 hours of torment, which we filmed some of that and we'll put up. So we got a 2010 Freightliner Sprinter.
170-inch. Of course, all 170 inches are high roof since the V6 3-liter turbo diesel.
Yeah, he's 6'3", so needed the high roof.
Yeah.
I'm 5'4" on a good day if it's a nice nurse, so it didn't really matter for me, but...
It matters a lot for me.
Yeah, so we're 2 weeks into it, and we wanted to do a little video to introduce ourselves and just get you ready for this experience. We're going through it without really any clue. We've watched a lot of videos of other people's builds, but we're finding a lot of surprises with a 10-year-old work van, which you'll see.
Yeah. We also want to do it our way.
Right,
like,
right.
We don't want this to feel like a home on wheels. We want our camping adventure experience.
Yeah, totally. So, we currently live in an ultra spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and it has been converted into our sales floor because we're selling pretty much everything we own, and it has all of the stuff we're going to put into our camper van right over there behind the camera, and everything we've taken out of it that we're keeping. So it's interesting, and I work from home. Yeah, chaos is a good word for it. So you want to share a little bit about what we're planning to do?
Sure. Build-wise?
Sure. Or just plans.
Yeah, so we bought this van. It was owned by a restaurant in Miami called Andrew's Restaurant. And it was disgusting and greasy and full of tar and smelled like old kitchen food. And so, like she said, we drove to Philly and dealt with maybe the worst used, like the stereotypical shyster used cars dealers that tried to grease ball us on every single thing. And anyway, that was a whole experience in its own. But
we wanted a Sprinter, and we had a budget, and he was able to find
it's perfect.
Our perfect van.
Yeah, it was within our budget. We actually got a lot more van than we deserved for what we paid for it. But it comes with a lot of work. We're finally to the point of we've taken everything out of it that needs to come out. She has cleaned too much.
Yeah.
But we're putting in stereo. We've put in primer paint. We're like getting it to the point where now we're actually starting our build.
Yeah.
Getting GPS wired into our navigation system and backup cameras because we intentionally wanted a stealth build that doesn't have windows, at least not windows big enough that show that it's a camper.
Right.
So, let's see, we've got 3.5 weeks left until Michelle defends.
Yeah.
And then I have a meeting on Friday to schedule my defense for approximately 2 weeks after that. We're going to go see Post Malone in concert here in Raleigh on October 17th. Mm-hmm. And then every day beyond that, we're on borrowed time. So the idea is to be done by then.
Yeah.
Whether or not this is like perfect and ready to go, we want to hit the road.
Right. It's been an interesting project. I every day work on whatever edits I have from I have co-chair, so whatever my advisors have told me to work on for that day, I do that, and then as soon as I'm finished with that, I start working on van stuff to keep me entertained and to keep me from losing my mind for the fact that my dissertation is due in 9 days. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm procrastinating everything on my dissertation and just ordering. I've ordered about $3,000 worth of stuff, and yeah, we're up to 3,000 now.
We just learned that at the same time.
Yay! But that covers pretty much every electronic water where we need water tanks still. Anyway, we'll talk about budget way later. It is kind of expensive up front to do it right, but
yeah.
We're doing well. And neither of us ever want to be video editors, so you're gonna see what you see.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we're about. We're gonna keep it real as much as we can. This is probably the cleanest you'll see either of us, at least for a while.
We both just showered.
And let's see what else. Zelda, come here.
Zelda,
come here, baby.
Come here.
Come here. Come here, good girl. Come here. This is our best good girl. Look, come here.
I want cuddles.
So, Zelda is new to us. She came to us just before we decided that we were going to build a van.
Yeah, she's our rebuild buddy.
Yeah.
Can you see her? She's a beautiful German Shepherd.
She'll be around. But long story short, we're both coming to the end of our Ph.D.s. I always had delusions of grandeur of hiking the John Muir Trail as a get back to real life decompression trip. But then I realized, like, I've been to very little of our country, very little of the continent. Every time I go to Canada, I'm like, why don't I spend more time here? What are you doing, Zelda? But we also didn't know exactly when we'd be ready to start traveling. We both knew we wanted to do something fun after our PhDs, but it's really hard to book some big, extravagant trip like, backpacking across Europe or heading off to Asia when you have no idea when in advance, how far in advance you can leave. Yeah. So then we're like, well, wait a minute, why don't we road trip it? And then road tripping went from, I'm going to sell my car anyway, I'm going to sell my Mazda, so we were like, well, we'll take her car.
A Ford Focus.
Yeah. That would have been rough.
Little sedan. Yeah.
But we would have made it work.
Yeah. It's just evolved. And people keep asking where we're going first and how long we're going to be gone and what's next and when are we going to get real jobs. And we don't know any of those answers. And I'm a planner, so it's terrifying, but I'm so excited about it.
I like to fly by the seat of my pants, so I'm in my element.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's spring break this year, March. Neither of us had been anywhere out west, so we flew to Vegas, hung out with some friends in Vegas for a couple of days, and then spent like 9-10 days cruising around the Grand Canyon, Utah, Zion, Red Rocks, you name it, all of that area, and we rented a Jeep Compass. And we took our tents and everything, but we ended up sleeping in the Compass most nights because we'd do stuff all day long, and there's really no point in paying for our campground and setting up after dark and this, that, and the other when we could just blow up an air mattress in the back, get a good night's sleep, get up and get right back at it in the morning. So we loved that experience.
Yeah.
So after we decided, or she saw how cheap it'd be to rent a car to do this for like 6 weeks, and we're like, well, wait a minute, if we're going to dump $1,500 into renting a car and then be limited to 6 weeks, why not buy a beater and sleep in that? Like a beater SUV or van.
But Landon doesn't live small, ever, and so it kept evolving, and now it's as big as it can be in a cargo vehicle that we can still insure as a personal vehicle. So,
but we want to not just go places to take pictures or vlog about it or anything. We backpack, we rock climb, we both are taking our mountain bikes. We like experiencing local food and local breweries and local culture. Like, really, just across our continent where we're going to start this, there's tons of different cultures to experience. And we want to actually immerse in that, not whirlwind through it all. So why not? And I'm also a scuba diver, so all that equipment takes some space to go do what we want to do in all the places we're going to go.
Anyway. He's excited.
I'm
excited.
Yeah.
All that to say is we were going to be dirtbags with doctorates, but we've decided that we're going to do drifting doctors instead. Although we're not doctors yet. By the time we start this adventure on the road, officially we will be, though. So stick with us, and it should be entertaining to see how we learn how to do this process.
Do you have a sign-off or a catchphrase or anything?
Drift away. Nah, that's not it.
Later. How do I turn this off?